for 5 minutes. Thank you, Comptroller General Dorado, for being with us today. And I apologize for you having to bear witness to the tantrums that unfolded in this committee earlier today. The Oversight Committee is convened today to discuss something throwing the left into a tailspin, spending more time protesting and disrupting official proceedings than legislating. All because we're talking about cutting waste, fraud, and abuse and government mismanagement. For decades, this wasn't a partisan issue. You know who championed cutting back on waste, fraud, and abuse? No other than President Obama and Joe Biden. In 2011, Obama signed Executive Order 13576 to create a Government Accountability and Transparency Board under Joe Biden's watch to root out waste, to root out fraud, and to root out abuse in federal agencies. Joe Biden himself even admitted back then, quote, cutting waste, fraud, and abuse has been something Washington has talked about for decades, but now more than ever, what the American people need is action, end quote. But now the left has done a complete 180, claiming cutting waste, fraud, and abuse is fascist. They say it's a threat to democracy. They even say our nation's chief executive shouldn't be allowed to direct or control the executive branch, or even ask an unelected bureaucrat who works for him what they did at work last week. We just want to know, what are the top 5 things you did at the office? You should know in about 5 minutes. And if you can't answer that question, you probably shouldn't be employed by the federal government or any company or organization. I would never hire you. Their disruption has nothing to do with policy and everything to do with Trump derangement syndrome. And I fear that their disruption is pathological. It's about their need to oppose anything tied to President Trump. They'd rather protect bloated bureaucracy and light our tax dollars on fire than admit he was right. So I'll repeat, they have Trump derangement syndrome, and I fear this is terminal. Now, turning to an issue of great importance to me as chairwoman of the Cybersecurity, Information Technology, and Government Innovation Subcommittee, Mr. Dodaro, the 2025 high-risk list highlights serious failures in federal cybersecurity and technology modernization, as you are, I'm sure, fully aware. Federal agencies spend billions of dollars a year on software without a comprehensive or detailed understanding of what they're purchasing and how it compares to what they're already paying for. In other words, a lot of duplication. GAO has reported without improvements to IT portfolio and investment reviews, saying the federal government will likely continue to expand resources and IT investments that do not meet the needs of the government or the public.